Oh, finally, some moments to myself. Thank God.
Has anyone seen Jordan? I lost track of him when he went to the bathroom. Jordan? Jordan? Oh, hey, Jordan. I was looking everywhere for you. I followed you to the bathroom and then, I don't know, you just disappeared. It was weird. So what are we working on? Are we working on the Sunday spot?
No.
Well, I need to see some of it.
You know what? I just need space. You're always. Why are you following me everywhere I go?
Because we're a team. This is our office, and I don't have a computer, so I'm using your iPad too.
We're a team.
Yeah. There's no I in team.
Let me.
What is this?
Let me just go pray real quick.
How does anyone understand what this, how does anyone read your writing?
3 days later.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Are you brushing your teeth?
Are you serious?
What?
Do you have to be with
Where's
me?
the toothpaste? You're brushing your teeth. That's a big deal.
What's the big deal, Chelsea? You're following me everywhere. Everything I do, you're clung to me.
I'm pretty sure it's normal to brush your teeth at night before going to bed.
Will you stop?
Stop what?
Hey youth, you know it says in Deuteronomy chapter 31 and verse 8 that the Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. These are the words that Moses has spoke to Joshua and to all of Israel. But this is also a promise of God to us as individuals, as Christians, as sons and daughters. Last week we talked about the promises of God. What are they? Do we believe them for our own lives? And this is one incredible promise that God gives to you and me. He promises us that He will go before us, that He will never leave us nor forsake us. And at this time Moses was speaking, he was 120 years of age. He was passing his leadership down to Joshua, and Joshua, as we know, the Bible tells us that God used Joshua to lead the people of Israel into the promised land. And young people, you are the young Joshuas of this world. You are the light and salt of the earth. You know, God does His work through any man or woman, any boy or girl who makes themselves available to God. So our hope and prayer for you is that you will make yourself available to God so that you can see His promises being fulfilled in your life, like this one. Yes, young people, God says He will go before us. Just like He went before the Israelites through the desert, through the wilderness, so will God always go before you in this desolate and dark world. He will make every provision that you will ever need. He will give you the opportunities to be light and salt to your friends. He will give you the words to speak. And young people, this is something to be excited about, and you do not have to be afraid. You do not have to live in fear or in anxiety, because God goes before you. He is behind you, but He is in front of you. He is an omnipresent God, a God of provision, and a God who promises that He will never leave you nor forsake you. So be strong, be courageous. Why? Because He is your strength, He is your courage, and He lives in you by the power of His Holy Spirit.
And I just want to read this quote to you that we had in our Bible in 1 Year app with the youth. It was from January 20th, and it says, "Great faith is a product of great fights. Great testimonies are the outcome of great tests, and great triumphs can only come out of great trials." And that quote is by Smith Wigglesworth. And it is just amazing because sometimes we think that a test or a trial is like God coming against us, right? But God's like, no, it's going to strengthen you. You're going to learn to be dependent on me, because God gives us a promise to walk through the trials with us. So He's not saying, hey, good luck on that trial by yourself, hope you make it. No, he's saying, hey, I'm calling you into the desert, but I'm going to be walking with you every step of the way in the desert. I'm never going to leave your side. I'm never going to forsake you. I will be there, and I will go before you to clear the obstacles and anything in your pathway that might hinder you from being able to grow in your dependence in me, your faith with me, your walk with me.
Yeah, that is so good. And I love that, like, just like Joshua, he's so much younger than Moses, right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes, when you look at your own life, maybe when you were a child, you had to depend on your mom and dad for so much. You had to depend on them to feed you. Perhaps you still do, and that's okay. But this is the thing, this reflects also our Christian life, like Chelsea said. As we depend on God, He's going to make the provision. As we depend on God, we're going to see Him work through us, just like you were saying. It takes faith because we have to believe Him, we have to trust Him, we have to depend on Him.
I was improvising.